Back-to-back-to-back promotions. A first in Football League history. That is Wrexham AFC. A club that once scraped coins from donation buckets just to keep the lights on is now standing shoulder to shoulder with championship giants in packed stadiums. Founded in 1864, Wrexham is the oldest club in Wales and the third oldest professional football club in the world. Yet, by 2011, it was on life support, fan-owned, debt-ridden, and fighting just to exist. Fast forward to 2025, and they're standing tall in the EFL Championship, one step below the Premier League. Wrexham's rise feels like a movie, and it makes perfect sense that it's driven by Hollywood stars Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. And what started as a lockdown curiosity has become one of the most extraordinary turnarounds in football history. To understand Wrexham's meteoric rise, you have to start with how far they fell. Once a proud name in Welsh football, the club's decline began in the early 2000s. In 2008, they were relegated from the English Football League for the first time in 87 years, dropping into the 5th-tier National League. By 2011, they were on the verge of liquidation. Fans literally passed buckets around the racecourse ground just to keep the lights on. When all hope seemed lost, the supporters themselves took charge. The Wrexham Supporters Trust saved the club from extinction, turning it into a fan-owned, community-driven project. But passion alone couldn't restore the club's fortunes. For nearly a decade, Wrexham remained trapped in the National League, battling part-time sides while dreaming of the EFL. Then, in 2020, a phone call from across the Atlantic changed everything. Rob McElhenney, creator of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, had been watching the Netflix series Sunderland Till I Die. Moved by the emotional connection between a town and its football club, he wanted to experience that bond firsthand. He reached out to British writer Humphrey Kerr, who scouted potential clubs using Football Manager. Wrexham stood out, historic, passionate and deeply community-rooted, yet desperately in need of revival. McElhenney needed a financial and creative partner. Enter Ryan Reynolds. What started as a casual text turned into one of the most bizarre and beautiful ownership stories in football. In November of 2020, the Hollywood pair bought Wrexham for around £2 million. Their goal wasn't just to win games, it was to tell a story that mattered. The Hulu documentary, Welcome to Wrexham, became a global hit, offering a raw look at the club's struggles, triumphs, and the town's emotional connection to its team. Suddenly, millions of people who had never heard of Wrexham were wearing red shirts, watching games and buying merchandise. Revenue skyrocketed. In 2023, it jumped 75% to £13 million. By 2025, turnover reached £26.7 million, with the club valued at over £60 million. But the fairy tale wasn't just off the pitch, it was on it. Under manager Phil Parkinson, Wrexham assembled a squad of lower league warriors and leaders. Paul Mullin became the talisman, scoring goals for fun and embodying the club's gritty spirit. In 2022-23, Wrexham stormed to the National League title with 111 points, breaking records and going unbeaten at home. That promotion to League Two lit a fire. The following season, they did it again, another promotion, this time to League One. And in 2024-25, they achieved the unthinkable. 3 straight promotions, beating Charlton 3-0 to secure a spot in the EFL Championship. The Red Dragons were back among England's elite, and the football world could only applaud. What began as a rescue mission had become a revolution. The bucket-collecting club from Wales was now breathing the same air as Leeds, Sunderland and Leicester City. Which is into their first season in the EFL Championship, Wrexham AFC sit in 16th place, with 3 wins, 5 draws and 4 losses, totaling 14 points. On paper, it looks like a modest return, but context changes everything. 4 years ago, this club was playing on non-league pitches with part-time players and patchy floodlights. Now, they're competing against ex-Premier League sides in one of the toughest divisions in world football. With 34 matches still to play, the dream of another promotion is still alive. The Championship is unforgiving. Every week brings battles against well-funded clubs with Premier League experience, yet Wrexham have shown that heart, belief and structure can bridge the gaps. Under manager Parkinson, the Red Dragons have adapted impressively, learning to grind out results while staying true to their attacking philosophy. This season brought significant changes to the squad. Paul Mullin, the club's legendary striker who scored 110 goals and became the face of Wrexham's revival, departed on loan to Wigan Athletic in the summer. In his absence, Kiefer Moore and Nathan Broadhead have led the line with strength and experience, while Ryan Hardy and Ryan Lookman have impressed with energy and finishing. Sam Smith adds impact off the bench. Wrexham lost a key defensive figure as Aaron Hayden rejoined Carlisle United, ending a vital chapter in their rise. Leadership has since shifted to Josh Windass, whose experience and composure have made him a steadying force, guiding the team through championship-level challenges and transition. The results so far show a team still learning, but far from struggling. Wrexham have gone toe-to-toe with promotion contenders. Home form at the Racecourse Ground has been especially important. Every match day feels like a festival, with sellout crowds roaring from the stands, giving the players a lift that few clubs can match. Off the field, the momentum continues to grow. Wrexham has built one of the most powerful global brands in lower league football history. Sponsorship deals with Aviation Gin, Mint Mobile and Expedia remain strong, while their international fan base keeps expanding through the Welcome to Wrexham documentary and massive social media presence. The club's commercial success has provided crucial funds for transfers, infrastructure, and academy investment. In the transfer market, Wrexham's ambitions have made headlines once again. The club pursued both Jamie Vardy and Dele Alli, aiming to blend experience with star power. Vardy ultimately signed for Serie A side Cremonese, while Dele Alli, currently a free agent, remains unattached after talks reportedly stalled. These pursuits, though unsuccessful, show that Wrexham now operates in a different sphere. They are no longer a novelty project, but a serious football destination capable of attracting big names. The path ahead is demanding, but optimism remains high. With 34 matches still to play, Wrexham's immediate goal is stability, yet everyone inside the club quietly dares to dream of more. A top-half finish would be a triumph in itself, but a late push for the playoffs cannot be ruled out. Wrexham AFC continue to defy expectations, proving that belief and vision can lift the club from near extinction to championship contenders. Promotion or not, the Red Dragons are no longer outsiders. They are here to stay, with their fire still burning strong. While the on-pitch rise is dazzling, the off-pitch vision is even grander. Wrexham's owners aren't just chasing promotion, they're building permanence. At the heart of this future is the Racecourse Ground, the club's home since 1864. Now undergoing a £112 million transformation, the stadium is being reborn as a modern football fortress. The centrepiece is the long-awaited return of the iconic Kop stand, closed for over a decade but now being rebuilt by world-renowned architects Populous. The design aims to capture Wrexham's raw atmosphere, amplifying crowd noise and giving fans an immersive matchday experience. The new Kop will feature a tunnel that lets supporters watch players emerge from their dressing rooms, luxury lounges, VIP boxes, improved accessibility, and a Hall of Fame celebrating the club's legends. These upgrades aren't just cosmetic, they're essential for Wrexham's participation in the 2026 UEFA Under-19 Championship, which demands international standard facilities. But the ambitions stretch far beyond that. Long-term plans include expanding the stadium to 55,000 seats, putting it among Britain's biggest. The club's investment in youth is equally bold. A new academy system is being designed to nurture Welsh talent, combining local recruitment with international scouting. Partnerships with North American youth programs are already being explored, using the club's growing US fan base to attract young prospects. And then there's the global brand. The Welcome to Wrexham series continues to expand the club's reach, with Season 4 in production and streaming deals in over 130 countries. Revenue from media rights now fuels infrastructure, wages and future expansion. Ryan Reynolds has hinted at turning Wrexham into a global storytelling club, a unique hybrid of sport, cinema and community spirit. There are challenges ahead, including bureaucratic delays in construction, the pressure of maintaining form, and the financial demands of championship football. But Wrexham's foundation has never been stronger. The Hollywood gloss might have drawn the world's eyes, but what keeps them watching is authenticity. The fans, the town, and the team remain at the heartbeat of everything. If the Racecourse Ground represents Wrexham's history, then the new Kop stand is its promise to the future, a promise that the Red Dragons will never fade again. 4 years ago, Wrexham AFC was an afterthought, a trivia answer about the oldest club in Wales. Today, they're a global phenomenon, a Hollywood story that's still being written by players who give everything, by fans who never stopped believing, and by two outsiders who turned passion into purpose. And as the cameras keep rolling, one question echoes louder than ever. If they've come this far in 4 years, what's stopping them from going all the way? The Red Dragons are no longer chasing dreams, they're living one, and writing football's most extraordinary new chapter.